Alright, we're back here with a couple of Christmas pickups for me. In the past, I had all the dedicated cabinets in my arcade room, and since the birth of my son a year and a half ago, I've had to move all the games out in the garage, which were sold and then rebought and restored. So the UMK3 cabinet down there has a JAMA switcher, a 6-in-1, that was modified a while back by your MK arcade source, which works great. It's one of the older ones with a remote where you pick the 6 different PCB boards. You press the button, you can see that, but the red LED comes on there and it switches the boards. Works very well. Never had an issue with it. The nice thing about this one is you can access the menu, test, credit, volume up and down buttons, which makes a big difference. So I picked up a WWF WrestleMania board. I had this cabinet. I do miss it because I like the artwork. I was a big wrestling fan as a kid. And I picked up an Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which I'll be changing back to MK3. To do that, you need to change quite a bit of ROMs, which I have a ROM burner right here, an eraser here. To do that, you need to change the U2 ROM. You need to change the security chip, which I have. Got 2 revision ROMs. And MK3 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row dedicated ROMs. So I'll need to reburn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and remove 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll change it back to MK3. So that way in the MK3 cabinet, I'll have UMK3, MK3, WWF, and then I'm trying to win a Rampage World Tour, which I had as well, but that cabinet is a 3-player and just, again, don't have the room for WWF and Rampage in the garage, which is unfortunate, but that's the hand I was dealt. I mean, I'd rather have a son than have a couple of extra arcade cabinets, so it is what it is. So I haven't tested these boards yet. Have it hooked up to my Super Gun that I bought on eBay. I've showed you guys this before. It works really well. An ETX power supply plugs right in. I got speakers that are kind of unneeded. This whole amp thing, I just had an extra one. You don't need that. But the red, green, blue, black sync goes into the video converter. This is one of those GOBs, or however you pronounce it. That takes the CGA signal, transfers it into VGA, sends it over to my LCD monitor, and displays it properly. I also have it wired up so I can play the games and test them with this little converter here. It's a Mega Drive pad converter adapter. And what this does is, this is player 1. I have another one for player 2. I didn't get the kick harness one because frankly I'm not going to be playing the games. This is more for testing. And you use something like this, a 3-button or 6-button Sega console adapter controller, which works really well for testing and changing volumes and doing things like that. But you can physically play the games. So let's turn on the WWF, see if it works. And there we go. I'll turn on the power to the speakers. Let's give it some credits. See, the speakers work. So what's kind of nice about this, I've showed this before, is you can actually play the games on this. The other nice thing is you can access the service menu. So if I press this, it brings it into the service menu, and you can use your controller now to change any of the changeable variable things that are actually in the menu, which is cool. So I'll turn that one off. Haven't tested either of these, so good that the WF works. These boards aren't cheap. So let's put this over here with all the Christmas crap. And let's try the MK3. There we are. Okay, so let's test the MK3 out. LED comes on. And there we have it. So I'm not sure what revision this is, since the revision ROMs are unmarked. So let's go into the service menu. So it's revision 1.0. So again, like I said, this is convenient because now I can go through here and make any adjustments, change the volume, all that stuff. So I'm going to change, obviously, this board back to the MK3, so I don't really care what revision I have on here. The unfortunate thing about some of these boards is all the ones with the stickers have the windows in them. So if you have a window chip, you can get an eraser like I have here and put your chips in here and leave them in here for 20, 30 minutes and it'll completely erase them unless they're just gone. Sometimes they get too old and they just don't erase. But if you get these right here, these are not rewritable chips. These are just burned once and they're used for only this game. To my knowledge, there's not a way to erase them because there's not a window. I'm sure somebody could figure it out at some point in time, but it's not worth it. The chips are not that expensive, and then if you go and burn them, you know, maybe they cost you, I don't know, $1.50 to $6 a piece, depending on where you buy them and how many you buy them. But I have quite a few of them. As you can see, I got all my stuff in here. I buy them from China in bulk to save, and that's about it. But anyways, happy that it works. The guy said it worked. I bought it actually on the Facebook forums. Guy gave me a good price. And like I said, revision 1.0, so let's get out of that. And I'll get these done today, and I'll find a way to get all these things out of the way with the all the Christmas crap and the Escalade and all this stuff out of the way here, so I can access the back of the cabinet and mount the boards. But it works. We're in good shape. And if I can get this Rampage board that's on eBay, I'll have all the boards that I want in there. So I'd have MK3, UMK3, Rampage World Tour, WWF, and possibly another one down the road because I can fit 6, but 5 kind of fit in there nice. And that's about it. So thanks for watching. See what happens with this eBay auction.